friends.
With Griff.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm very
Hi.
excited that you are here, and I'm very excited to see you. And you and I just got done saying that we should welcome everyone to the longest inside joke of their lives. And if you're eavesdropping on this conversation right now, as frankly you should be, most of your comments are going to be like, fuck.
Right.
And we're just going to get that out of the way right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's
First one.
first apologize. Let's go ahead and just apologize to Barb off the bat, because
Sure.
I'm sure at 98 points I will be saying the fuck word.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it. Now we're 42 seconds in, and we've said it twice.
So we're just gonna apologize to Barb right there.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. And anyone else who might have sensitive earballs. Yeah.
I'm not your gal. I have no filter.
No. I believe that you and I in the same room or on the same screen, we're not your people. If you are sensitive, or sensitive to anything. Let's go ahead and do introductions. Welcome, friends, to the Everyday with Kay podcast. I'm your host, Katherine. This is the podcast for the constantly curious community. And today, I get to sit and talk with one of my dearest, longest, hardest loving, you give some tough love, human people in my life. I feel like that's pretty fair. Mandy Steinhauer, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Tough love, yeah. Like I said, no filter. Say
no
it like
filter.
it is. Yeah.
Tough love. Throw some dirt on it. Walk it off. Get over it.
Shake it off. You'll be all right.
Absolutely. I recently found a video of you sitting at the bar telling me that I was being stupid and did not need. Yeah.
Sounds like me. Yeah.
And that I needed to get over it. And then it was followed with just like a slew of like tough. We're going to call it tough love.
Okay. Yeah.
It was
great. Did you make it through?
I mean, I cried a little bit, but it's all right. My feelings are constantly hurt. It's okay. Yeah, I'm fine now. Thank you. I'm over it. So before we get into all the things and why you and I are hanging out today, let's talk about the most important thing, right? Let's talk about the beer. You are a dark beer girl.
I am.
What do you got?
I have myself a delicious Edmund Fitzgerald Great Lakes Porter. Classic, delicious, straight as an arrow, no fluff. It's a true porter. It tastes like a porter. It is a porter.
You love porters to the point where you're like, should we be drinking porters?
We should be. At all. I mean, in the summer, I don't care.
No.
No.
Winter? Don't care. Fall?
Drink what you want.
Drink what you want whenever you want. Beer season is a myth. So you've got, I'm going to get back to the Edmund Fitzgerald in a minute. You've got Edmund Fitzgerald. Porters are very hard to find in the swamp. They're hard to find here. But the day after you and I decided that we were going to drink porters today, I happened to be out at a place and they had a porter on the menu, and I was like, "Can I please just buy a can of that unopened?" And they were like, "Can you not go to the store?" And I was like, "No, not for this. And I need a porter." Right. Single. Like this, I don't have a million hours to run errands in the swamp. Right. So I have Edmund's O's leather jacket, great porter. Mine is 6.5%, which I think is a perfect ABV for a porter. It's not too high. It's not too low. It's perfection.
I have no idea. Oh, 6.
Delightful.
Even.
Delightful. Your other favorite porter used to be a 6.7 as a robust porter.
Mm-hmm. My favorite porter of all time no longer exists, so we'll go there.
I know, but I'm going to go ahead and show you my latest and most proudest pint glass.
I enjoy your pint glass. I'm going bowling alley style with my wee tiny Schlitz glass.
I love a wee tiny glass.
Isn't it adorable? It's cute.
You know what? A small glass is great. We love a small glass. And both you and I, God, it looks so good. Ugh, that's beautiful.
It looks like
beautiful.
Cola.
Like a what?
Like a cola, except it's
not. It does
not.
look like a cola.
Yeah.
We're drinking root beer. JK. Cheers. I'm very excited that I get to talk to you. I've known you for we're going to get into a very long time, almost illegally long time.
And for those disappointed by my pour, foam turns into beer. Deal with it.
Go scratch, as we like to say in this house.
Yeah.
Go scratch. Yeah, it sure does. This is delicious. I love a porter, and I'm very happy that you were like, we need to have a porter. This is great.
And for those who think porters are heavy and thick, they're not. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there that don't taste as light as a porter should, but this is easy drinking, straight as an arrow, and it is not heavy at all. And
Well,
it should be
good.
not cold. Not warm, but not cold. You don't
How
want
long
to
has
drink
yours been sitting out?
20 minutes.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Because the chill is still on it. The harsh cold is gone. And the roast is starting to come right out of it. Something that I've said a million times to you, to other people, to anyone who will listen, is that if you can enjoy a coffee in the morning, you can drink a porter and you can drink a stout, and you need to grow up.
Right.
Yeah. I
100%.
mean, if you really got to put coffee mate in something to sweeten it up, because I don't know, maybe you're a child, I guess put some coffee mate in your porter. I don't know.
And you could add it. Why not?
It curdles.
You know? Yeah. If you drink it fast enough, it's fine. You
Okay.
know? It's only 6%.
It's right. It's again, let's everybody just grow up. It's 6%. I was recently listening to, speaking of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and Manischewitz. I
Set
was
one on
recently
Logan's
listening
diet. How about that?
to I was recently listening to a podcast called Haunted Hydrology, and it was about haunted and creepy lakes and the Edmund Fitzgerald and the song and like the prose of the song and the history of the Edmund Fitzgerald was there. And now I just have Gordon Lightfoot in my head. And I didn't realize that he was like, it was a very emotional Canadian man, as I assume all Canadian men are.
Friendly and nice.
Right. But like also like invested in things. And Gordon Lightfoot was very invested in the fact that like nobody paid enough attention to the Edmund Fitzgerald wreck. And that's how the song came to be.
I don't know why I find that amusing, but I do.
It's great. He's just, I mean, because somebody was so worked up about a song or about a shipwreck that they were like, that's it. You know, people died on the shipwreck and it sank in Lake Superior and there you have it. Here's your song. Americana, baby, but not really because Canadiana.
Right. So set the scene for me though. You're at the concert and he's getting ready to throw down some Edmund Fitzgerald. Is that when you get up to go to pee and get your like beer and I mean everything else that you need to do? Because it's like 100 minutes long and it's really depressing.
It is depressing, but it's also like a banger if you're into, I don't know, shipwreck history. And why are you getting up to go to the bathroom? Just that's like his big song.
Well,
I'm sure he's got a B-side
right.
that you could pee to.
Right. But there's, the other side of it is it's the big song. There's going to be no one in the bathroom. I've got all the time in the world.
I mean, okay, fair. You're not looking at a line, but it's like getting up to pee during Freebird. Do you do that? Or do you just like take a lap because your legs are going to get tired if you're listening to the extended version of Freebird?
I would probably be the guy that got up during Freebird.
You absolutely are the guy that got up during Freebird. You 100% are. Yeah, you 1,000,000% are. All right, so speaking of you and getting up during Freebird and none of those things, how did we meet? This is one of my favorite questions to ask people because we always have there are just two different memories to it. What's yours?
Well, I'm going to say 25 years ago. Am I right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The summer of 2000?
No, I was getting married then. Probably 24 then because it was right after that.
24. Okay. Now, because I got back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just go with 24. How about 24 and a half years ago?
24 and a half sounds great.
Meet in the middle. Yeah. I was moving back from a little stint in Los Angeles, and I have been working retail for some time, and I got a job that brought me back to Chicago, which was my hometown anyway, and we met at a company that had extra large polos and an owner who wore shoes that were too big, and what a turd. And I'm guessing that our first day was probably you going home going, uh-oh, I'm not sure about this one.
Okay, yes. I like your verse. My version is similar because it was 1,000,000 years ago. I was at the company already, and this company no longer exists. No one remembers, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The company name is Fatigues with an I, and it was Fatigues with an I. Everything was waffle, a lot of drawstrings, a lot of elastic ankles.
Yeah, it was
a lot of
athleisure
saggy knees.
before it was cool.
It was athleisure without the spandex is what it was because everything bagged out. Anyway.
I mean, give me a good pair of G10s. I'd still buy them today. But that
fair.
extra large polo, that's not happening.
No, this thing was terrible. there were some interesting styles, and we have some interesting stories about our time there. But yeah, I was with a company, and they were like, this new location over in Lincoln Park is opening up, and you are going to be the assistant manager to this woman that's coming in from LA. And I was like, oh my God, already. And that was prior to meeting you. And I was like, this is a big personality. I think we're going to be okay. But I was 2% terrified. But
Well,
then
and
I
in
was not.
fairness, 2 type A's in the same
Yeah,
room,
yeah,
you can have a little fear there because who's gonna be the dominant?
you.
Both of
My
us.
type A backed down real fast. My lion became like a Simba cub, like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, initially, but then,
Right. No, and then it was just two bitches running a store.
yep, and, occasionally throwing away, ginger and jicama that had grown in the halogen jewelry case because someone thought
God
that
in
was a good
heaven.
idea.
Yes. We had live displays. We had all kinds of things. We're gonna get into some of our better retail stories a little bit later on, but for now, a smidge of an introduction about you with respect to retail. Um, you have been in retail and customer service and hospitality for 1,000 years. And one of the things that you excel at in such a big, big way is organization, leadership, and brand management. I know you're with a sports organization now and have been with them for a very, very long time and have kind of built all of those. Hello.
So
Um,
there's a fire. Yeah,
there's,
it's
I mean, that's fine. Burning down the house.
it's probably someone had a grabber, let's face it.
Sure. Um, probably.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's something that I have always admired about you when it comes to the hospitality industry, which we kind of lump when we say hospitality, we don't mean only bar restaurant. We mean anything that is in customer service. And yeah, this has been your livelihood for so long, and you are just like a highly respected manager of people. And I think that it's incredible to have watched your career from like being next to you on the path to you being like, goodbye, and me being like, I see ya. I'm gonna go be a teacher now.
Right. Maybe I
Right? Because
pushed you
and
out,
that's
Yeah.
right, and that's I think that's something else that like there are a number of people who don't like pre-exit, pre-educator was retail, and we're going to talk about later one of the points about like why hospitality and being in the hospitality business is so massively important to just human development, people's ability to even function in the world, right? Before we get into that, though, one of the things that we talk about, because we pride ourselves on a little bit of curiosity here, of which I'm sure listeners today are going to be like, curious? I'm just out of the loop. It's fine. You'll live.
No, that's me.
Um, you'll live. Is there anything on your radar right now that you're super interested in? Anything you are like hobbying? Anything you are mildly obsessed with other than the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Um, Mildly obsessed with, uh is right up your alley. So I work in sports, but I'm also a huge sports fan. So right now, it's all about the start of hockey season, and the baseball playoffs. One thing I'm mildly obsessed with not enjoying is the inability of people to just relax. Why is everybody in a hurry?
Oh, all right. So we're obsessed with people not relaxing
Yeah.
and sport.
Well, that's my thing. Yeah.
It
Right.
is
I
your
go
thing. It's
home,
always
I
been your
watch
thing.
sports, that's, I'm a man's best friend, like you always have guy friends around. You have some girlfriends too, but like I'm 100% hanging with the boys and watching sports before I'm like, joining a book club and knitting in a corner. That's not happening. No offense, ladies.
I don't know that anyone's offended by that because I don't think I know anyone that, I mean, I don't
I mean,
even remember
you
how
got
to
a
knit.
wobble back there somewhere.
I don't yet. We had
They
talked
have,
about me learning to crochet because I needed something to keep my hands busy.
yeah,
I have yet to wobble. I'm going to get there. And then you're going to get my first one. And it's going to be some like janky, three-eyed, like
cat.
toad with a dragon tail because I messed up the pattern.
Well, you know what? If we ever do this again, I'll put it right next to the makers. Am I pointing
That's
the right way? I can't tell.
yeah, you
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're great. You can maybe he can sit like in
Maybe
between.
maybe you can make one that has like longish hands and Velcro so he can hug it.
That's don't threaten me with a good time. Dear Wobbles, sponsor me for all of your patterns that you want to test out and have done wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
But
because I'll get there.
circling it back, like I'll be honest with you, I work a lot and I come home and I chill and I need something to just kind of unwind. So if we're not watching sports, we're watching like stupid reruns of sitcoms just to make us giggle and, eat, sleep, drink, repeat, right? So that's my
Yeah.
life. So obsessed with, the chill, right? The relax.
I think you've got to be. And yes, knowing that you work all the time nonstop and are on call all the time nonstop, I think that is important. I also know that you like to unwind to murder.
That's how I go to sleep. There's a difference. I love murder. You know, I don't want to kill anybody. Well, that's not
That's
necessarily
a
true.
lie.
Um, I fall asleep every single night to reruns of Forensic Files because Peter Thomas has a very melodic voice and he puts me right to sleep. And if it's not him, it's Lieutenant Joe Kenda. And if anybody has insomnia out there, and I'm pointing to you, Catherine, I highly recommend it.
I'm medicated now. All right.
Only, then you don't need it. But
Should it return,
yeah,
this is exactly what I'll do.
Peter
All
Thomas,
right. So,
he'll put you out like in 5 minutes. Yeah. He might
all
be
right.
talking about, someone getting garroted, but it's okay. You're like, night, night.
I'm telling that first of all, the guy that got garroted probably had it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be very honest, right?
Well, he probably said something silly and, someone snapped.
I mean,
Watch what you
as
say.
one does.
You don't know
What?
what's going on in these people's heads, especially nowadays, You don't know. Just
No,
keep
you
it
never
tight-lipped.
do know.
Keep it
No,
tight-lipped.
it's keep it tight, high and tight fade. Keep it
Yeah.
tight. It's exactly what you
FYI,
need to do.
Ken can't go to sleep without it now either.
Ken is your husband,
Yes.
not like your cat. Like me's got a both.
No, but, if we had cats,
Yeah.
they'd be sleeping to Peter Thomas as well. Yes.
I mean, everyone in the house is sleeping to Peter Thomas, apparently. Also, Peter Thomas, come sponsor us. I'm not sure if this man is
Oh, no.
living or dead.
When we go anywhere that's not home, like if we travel or something, he'll bring his, tablet or whatever. And if they don't have headline news on the channel selection, he'll just load up Tubi on his laptop and we'll just get Peter Thomas that way. I mean, it's a thing. I'm telling you
We've
guys.
all got our fixes. We've all got our fixes. All right. So on to why we're here. We're here talking about hospitality and retail. And in a few moments, we'll get to some of our better stories because God knows we have some that are worth sharing with the people. To start, I also have a code word because we're gonna end up talking about a body part.
Is it a safe word?
It's a word. It's just a word that we're gonna use to talk about the body part that you and I have seen far too many times in like a retail setting.
Right.
We'll get there.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But prior to that, going back to hospitality and service and things like that, you and I both strongly believe that every single person should do at least, at minimum, 1 year of hospitality work. Speak to this. This was on your list.
Full calendar year. So, I mean, January 1st to December 31st, they have to go through all the nonsense of the holidays, the lulls, the peaks, the valleys. And while I've never worked in the food and beverage end of hospitality, I think the same is true for that. I think that we should get these children out of their home and away from their parents, and they should go have to work a retail gig for a year, and they should go have to work at a restaurant for a year.
100%.
Full calendar year. And couple things, life lessons, right? Teaches you how to talk to people, right? You have to kind of put your phone down because you're not communicating to the person who's standing in front of you looking for a bra through your phone. You actually have to hold a conversation. It teaches them, if they're in it for that full calendar year, like a nice little gift of gab, like small talk, right? I can start a conversation with anybody about anything. And it's not because I necessarily want to talk to them. It's because it's part of the gig, right? And what am I going to do? Stand in the corner and just stare at them, right? Weirdo. No. So teaches them responsibility, gives them a paycheck, lets them buy an ice cream with their friends once in a while. Maybe they can put money on their, first car. But they also learn a skill, whether they think they're learning a skill that will help them in their career or not, they are, because communication is a huge skill. They kind of have to figure out math at some point. They might have to count change, and even though that number is on the screen in front of them, you kind of learn through osmosis of the process. Um, they can actually learn how to fold their laundry at home that their mom does for them. And on the F&B side, you can probably speak more to that, but again, not being a total asshole to the person who's bringing your food to you. Having that kind of gift of gab and asking for opinions and things like that. So, I don't necessarily want to work with these 16 to 18-year-olds on a daily
No,
basis.
absolutely not.
Uh, but I do have a few young ones that work for me, and it is a challenge. So, even though I've been in the business for a long time, it's kind of a new challenge for me. Um, when I was kind of breaking into what became my career, I was the 16-year-old asshole that was looking for a gig who wanted to buy an ice cream and hang out with my friends. So at some point we have to give them a break, but it is challenging because they don't have any life skills at all. Zero.
I th-
None.
oh,
Nada.
I think yeah, zero.
Zero.
And on the crossover, there's the crossover between, food and bev and retail. Having done both of them is, I mean, one's got a kitchen and one doesn't. Other than that, all right, maybe one's serving booze, but then again, there's probably booze somewhere in the store. Um,
There might be
you're
a
getting,
bottle of rum in my drawer. You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I assume yes. Of course there's. I think that there's something to be said for being able to just have a conversation, and that's something that is a dying thing. And one of the to segue into something else from that is like we need to be able to talk to people. I can't stand small talk. I don't like mingling. I do not like strangers. And I don't. For somebody who is like made a life out of talking to strangers and children, I don't love that at all. Makes me super uncomfortable. But knowing how to do it is the valuable skill, right? Like I don't love it. It makes like I can feel the warm belly and then I can feel right here get red, right? And I'm like,
Right.
oh no, it's happening.
Small talk.
Because I'm still, it's happening. And then getting past it. And I think part of something that we're seeing a lot today is like our communication has changed. Our communication patterns have changed so much that the idea of eye contact and the idea of like projecting your voice and speaking clearly and then carrying on that conversation respectfully with somebody else because they are a stranger and they are looking to you as a provider of a service in some way, shape, or form. Like if everyone doesn't experience this at least once for an extended amount of time, yeah, you got to get through holidays and then you got to get through the dead time. Oh, Jesus, do you ever? You've got to work. You got to go through 1 year of like the grunt year where you get dealt every short straw in the calendar and you work every goddamn holiday. I had that. You and I were at a store on Halstead, and it was just my year in the rotation.
Oh, well, look at that segue. Look at you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. It was really I had every single holiday, and that is the year that almost broke the camel's back. It did not, but I was like, God bless. All right, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Arbor Day, Lincoln's birthday. It was like every
Those aren't
holiday.
holidays.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And in our time, yeah, we had you and I were at a store on Armitage in Lincoln Park. We started there and then we transitioned together as like a little amoeba that traveled
Mhm.
together to a new company and a new store 1 block around the corner, which was great. Our commute didn't change.
The
Lovely, right?
dynamics
It was
didn't
lovely.
change. And, in case you missed it, she may not have liked me on the first day, but we went to the next party together. So
We did
we
go to the
figured each
next
other
party.
out pretty quick.
It's
Yeah.
it took exactly no time. I also think that, I mean, again, we've shared, so there are so many stories that we have, and some of the very best ones, and this is where my code word is going to come in, because I would like to use the term bratwurst, because it's Oktoberfest season.
I love a brat.
You do love a brat, but only in the actual bratwurst sense. I am referring to bratwurst as a body part, and we're just going to say that we saw in our time in retail together, we saw 2 to possibly 3 bratwurst where we should not have seen them.
Right.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
well, let's just start with there's nothing attractive about a penis.
No.
Period. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. It's not attractive. I don't need to see it. Put it away.
No. Yes.
It's got its place. We know what it does. It's fine. I don't need to look at it. Okay?
No.
And I certainly don't need to look at it when I'm I don't know, pulling back the curtain to see if the fitting room needs to be cleared out and there's a guy just jacking off right there.
It was there's, like, no delicate way to say this. Yeah, we were at our Armitage store, and it was just you and I, and we thought that everybody had left, and there was a closed curtain, and, yeah, we opened it up, and there was a handsy good time happening, and then he just ran out. I don't even think the man's pants were up. I just think he was just free balling and ran out of there.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know what's
I
hotter, you know? I mean, what's hot to you? You know what I want to do today? I think I'm going to go go pretend to try some stuff on and get busy and not
you know,
expose myself to anybody on purpose until they expose me.
just
Like, what is happening?
to the end of all time, that's gonna be one of the best ones. It's like, "What is happening?" And I think you and I were both so stunned that we stood there for a minute, and we were like, "Wait, do we chase? What do we do now? Other than scream, lock the door early, and, like, scream."
Yeah. What did we do? I
I'm
don't even
fairly
remember.
certain
Did
I
we
did more
call
screaming than
somebody?
you.
I don't know. Did we call anybody? I don't know if we did.
I think we had to report because I think there was some clothing that was damaged because he left a specimen behind.
I think you're right. Yes.
We
We
would like
had
to
to
report
damage
that
it.
these clothes will in fact be burned in the alley
We had to call
because
Clown
there's
Shoes or his wife and be like, hey, guess what happened? After we called the
oh my
police,
god.
probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was about that location that required people to expose themselves. There were 2 at that particular location. There was one where,
Yep.
like, a guy just, like, took it out of his pants, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What? I don't understand."
Hey, everybody, look
Like,
at me.
we're just selling clothes. That's all we're
Now,
selling clothes. We're selling
in
clothes.
fairness, this is, like
Yes.
right below the L stop, like
Don't know that
right
that makes
below
a
the L
difference at
stop.
all.
I mean, they had easy access in, easy access out. They could get in, get out, zip, zip, zip. We didn't know which direction they were going, but I just,
They didn't zip. That's half the point.
there was no zip. There was
Right.
an unzip.
Zip.
There
Nope.
was no zip.
No, there was just floppy dong just sitting there. Unbelievable. Again, well, welcome to the conversation,
Yeah.
everybody.
And
Floppy
again, for the
dongs.
record, guys, put it away. It's not attractive. No one wants to see it.
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, if we really want to look at one, somebody Google a picture of the David, get your fill, move on. Look at it in stone.
Yeah.
Delicious, glorious marble. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had the number of stories that we have about stupid shit happening and like just like random theft and running down the street and all these things. And at the end of the day, going through that kind of stuff is the stuff that builds you to move on as a grown adult.
Well, and
I mean, make for good stories.
it makes for good stories, but it also, it's one of those things. It's not necessarily going to be the exact same thing that happens to you somewhere else, but in the moment, you learned a lesson, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe the lesson is don't open the curtain. I don't know, but it's one of those things. If you weren't working in this industry, is that going to happen to you somewhere else? It might. It might in a different fashion, but these are things that you kind of like gives you character, right? You're like, no sweat off my back for the next thing that happens, right? Like, you guys, there was a guy jacking off the other day. This is nothing. Let's move on, right?
Right. And that's the thing, right? When you got to come through the things to be able to deal with the next thing. Right. Like theft is going to happen everywhere. And the first time that you have something stolen from you, either at the bar, at the store, wherever, you're going to be so like flustered that you don't know what to do with yourself. And then the next time you're going to pop them. Not really. I mean, you got to chase them usually first.
Right. You got to go home. You got to walk through the whole thing in your head on your commute home and chat about it and everything like that. You'd be like, oh, damn it. I could have done this or I could have done this. And then at the end of the day, you have to remember that maybe next time I'll just be like, you know, stop, thief, and just, remember that my life's not worth it.
That's the other thing, too. We live in some crazy times. We don't know who's doing what. So, I mean, safety first always, right?
Right. I mean, there's nothing, it's not, I mean, and you can't say this for when you had the shop, but it's not my money. I mean, do I take it personally? Sure. But am I going to chase somebody down the street? No.
No.
Because
One time was enough.
I don't run that fast anymore, and it's not my money. I don't care.
I mean, I can like power walk after them.
I could do the
That's
robot.
it. I could robot down Armitage. Stop. Please stop stealing my 100% cotton waffle weave clothing,
Right. But it's
sir
just one of those
and
things
or
that you,
madam.
as
Yeah.
you work in the industry, either side of it, you kind of learn those lessons. And as a leader in that business, you then are responsible for teaching the lessons that you've learned, whether they, absorb the information you're giving, your employees or not. You're like, hey, it's not your money. Be vigilant, pay attention. This is what you need to look out for. But, you know, it's not your money. Don't worry
At
about
the
it.
end of the day.
That's
Yeah,
what he's, yeah.
absolutely. Something
So,
else that I go
yeah.
ahead.
No, you go.
Something else that we were going to talk about, and this kind of segues back to communication and how things have changed, um, is how the internet has made everybody stupid and how we don't know necessarily how to communicate the way that we used to. I mean, and just before, like when you and I met, I had a Nokia flip phone.
I had
Um,
I had a flip phone back in the
yeah,
day. Yeah.
yeah. I had a flip phone, so it was legit, so I could like I don't know call my mom on the way home from work, like that was it, or like tell Christopher that I was going to be late. Um, it wasn't something that was like this all the time, and our generation, which we're also going to talk about, is more used to communicating in person than a lot of the younger generations who are very used to electronic communication. I mean, I will tell you, I had a student today who asked if he could like stop our lesson because he got a text from a friend. And he was like, it's just going to take me a second, but if I don't reply, this friend will continue to text me. And I just was kind of like, all right. I mean, I'll give you 30 seconds to write your reply that says you're busy, and that's it. Like, come on.
Right.
Right. So it was, we're so used to electronic communication. How's the internet made everybody stupid?
Well, there's no boundaries anymore. That's a really good example of what you just said. There's no boundaries. You're accessible 24 hours a day. And you're stupid if you fucking answer those texts or those emails or whatever. That's one of the things. Like, I am technically on call all the time because I'm the leader of the ship. Something goes down on the ship, I'm going to get the first phone call. True.
Yes.
But it's it's too accessible. You're too in the know. And I'm totally guilty of it. Ken I is totally guilty of it. We will sit in a restaurant next to each other and be like this on our phones the whole time. We've been married a long time. I've said all there is to say. We don't have anything to talk about, Um, but we're both interested in different things. So we're both, we don't have anything like, we don't have like a conversation every single time. We'll talk about stuff, we'll do things like that, but we're on the phone when we're at dinner together. But like specifically as it comes to like everyday nonsense, it's kind of goes back to that rush. Like it's people think that the internet can help them save time. And here's a really good example. I manage the e-com part, so the store e-com for the organization that I work for, right? And with that comes to contact us emails with questions and things like that. And some of them are legit, what's this made of? If it's not listed, that kind of thing. But there are literally people out there who will send an email through the website, through the contact us form that says, can I order a jersey through your website? And it takes every ounce of my being to be like, look, motherfucker, I don't have time for this. You actually were on the website and could have ordered a jersey in the time it took you to place this fucking email question to me. So instead, I have to reply with, absolutely. Here's a link to the page that you're looking for. It's like, what is happening? You what are you doing? And as far as like communication with, people that, I report to and stuff, like it can be as simple as, hey, thanks, blah, blah, blah. Can you check with so-and-so to see if we can do this? It's like, can you just include him on the fucking email? Like, why do I have to send another email? You could have just included him on the email.
I think there's a lot of
Like,
critical thinking that's been lost because of the
I mean,
internet, and there's a lot of problem solving that's been lost. And it's kind of like, all right,
it's
well, how
made
do I?
people stupid.
It's made
Absolutely
people
stupid.
very stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
drives me bananas. It
So
happens to me today. And I'm like, I literally, my jaw hits the floor every time. I'm like, just CC. It's not that hard. You already typed
I
the
just learned a
email.
new
What
I just learned a new corporate thing too. I'm really excited about. Ecom is a new. I'm trying to, I'm trying to learn corporate things now at 50
yeah.
years old because I don't know them because I've never been a corporate person. So now look at this. I can add ecom to my list.
Yes.
I know. I know what a C-suite is.
Ooh, look at you, fancy.
I know. I learned how to use
SEOs.
Teams. I know what that is too.
Yeah.
It's great. I do think, yeah, I think we've got a huge problem with the internet, and we have a huge problem with the way that the internet even controls the flow of information to us, and then how we use that information to either do the right thing or do the wrong thing or just do a dumb thing.
Or
And that's
assume
kind
that
of what
it's,
it boils
or
down to,
assume that
right?
whatever you looked up is accurate.
I get very concerned for the older generation now with the way that information is presented. Everything looks real, and 90% of it is not. And it's like terrifying to think of, like Gen Xers now, if their parents are living, their parents are older. And thinking about that and like, all right, well, if I got a spam text today, but it looked super real. And I had to think for a minute, like, no, you don't, like, this can't possibly be real, but Google it to see if maybe this is like a reported scam. And I felt like I was 85 to 90 years old because it looked so
Yeah, they're
real.
good. They're good.
And it's, it can be said across the board. But again, with the loss of critical thinking and things like that, people are just dumb. People have always been stupid. It's just the internet helped.
Yeah, but it's assisting with the complete lack of um ability to think for yourself. They don't.
Well, yeah, and
There's
independent thought is
they have no independent thought. They have no critical thinking skills. And it's not just it's all of it. I mean, every day I'm dumbfounded by the fact that there are people who have Ivy League degrees that are just asking really dumb questions, and it causes me. And not that I'm not passive aggressive, because I always am, but I'm even more passive aggressive now because I will just forward that email that person could have CC'd the person on, and CC the person on, including the person that did it in the first place, and be like, hey, what do you think? I'm just like, come on, guys, remove your head from your ass for 5 seconds and you could have just handled this in one email. But no. So just, and it goes back to that people are trying to be speedy and they're always in a hurry. And I'm like, where are you going? Like, what's the rush? What are you doing? Just take 2 seconds, think about what you're doing and you'll probably solve your own problem.
this is the thing. Take the extra 2 seconds, solve the problem, and then the rest of it all just kind of flows by itself. So speaking of Gen X, as we careened through our conversation, you emailed me something and my heart stopped for a minute because I'm not terribly certain how to address this other than you and I may get into a giant argument.
I don't think we will.
Okay. Because one of the things that I believe that our generation is true. It's just the best generation right now. We got a lot of shit going on. And we have the ability now to deal with it in different ways, right? So, like, yes, the internet is making us dumber by the minute, but it's also helping
Right.
in some ways that we can get to. You happen to think that Gen X is both the best and the worst, and I really would like.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so
like,
tell me why we're the best.
I really feel that we got the best out of the before times, the before the internet times. We got more of a sense of independence. We got some of the critical thinking at a really young age. We got some problem solving at a younger age because we were all like babysitting at 10 years old or taking care of little brothers, little sisters, all those things, helping out around the house. Everybody had like a chore. And then, yeah, you just kind of stay like you were walking around the neighborhood just like after dark and in people's houses. You were kind of sort of taking care of yourself. There was definitely
We
more
were
of an
feral.
empowerment. What's up?
We were feral children, right? We
To a
were.
point, but I feel like
Yeah.
there was some more autonomy. Like we had more autonomy growing up of like, you are 14 years old, you know how to make a snack, you know how to take care of your brother, and you know how to start your homework before I get home from work. Now do the thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Right. And I think that has helped. I also think that we're doing really well right now because we're in a position where, and I'm just going to use like a hyper specific example, is that just Gen X women right now, we are all in just the shitstorm of perimenopause to menopause, and nobody talks to us about it, and no doctors understand it, and no one is going to help us except other Gen X women or people with uteruses that are like, this sucks and this is what works for me. And we're going to kind of like Sherpa each other through some of these things. And I find that with aging parents too. Like when you have boomer parents didn't talk to us about anything. Your mom doesn't talk to you about anything. My mom doesn't talk to me about anything. Everything's fine, push it under the rug.
Right.
The press equals success. And like,
Rub some dirt on it.
rub some, yeah, but get an ice pack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry your feelings are hurt. Go drink bleach or something.
Right. Get really close to that Clorox, see what happens.
Right. And like,
right.
We now, though, we're better at communicating about the uncomfortable things, I think. Like, I think our generation does a good job with more challenging conversations because we have seen what happens when you don't have them.
Right.
That's my case.
Okay. So that's a really good way to end your case because that's also why we're the worst. Right? So, latchkey kids, right? We were latchkey kids, just like you said. Here's a spoon and a cardboard box, kid. Go fucking do something for 8 hours. I'll be back, right? Cool. We learned how to survive on our own. We learned how to figure it out, right? We learned how to make SpaghettiOs out of the can. Everything was great. Perfect. We learned life skills. We learned how to deal with it. We got a backbone. We have things going on. But the people in our generation are the ones, at least, that had the misfortune of having children. Sorry, not my thing. Are responsible for Gen Z and some really young millennials and their inability to do anything for themselves. It's our fault. It's our fault. It's our fault. We had the kids. We raised them. I didn't.
I mean, I didn't.
They're attached to their parents from the second they're out of the womb until they're 27, 28 before they leave the house now, 29, 30. Please, we couldn't wait to get the hell out of the house.
That's true.
And we weren't parented. So I don't know what our rush was. They didn't give a shit what we were doing. As long as we weren't getting arrested, we were fine, They can't do anything about their mom and dad. They cannot go to dinner without their newborn kid. They can't do anything without the approval of the parent. The helicopter parent is like way out of control. Like, let the kid scrape his knee, for God's sake. How's he going to learn anything?
This is, yes, I couldn't agree with that one.
We're the best because we figured it out, but we're also the worst because we were so neglected as a generation that I think some people were so traumatized by that they overdid it with theirs. And now they've just created monsters who don't know how to do anything for themselves. I had one have a meltdown on me the other day because they couldn't figure out how to fold a t-shirt. What?
No.
I'm like, hey, look, first of all, go get a drink of water. I said, and then come back here. I said, we're not doing surgery here. Calm down. Am I a little bit anal about the way things are folded in my store? A little bit. But do you fold laundry like that? They're like taking a shirt and just wadding it up in a ball and throw it in the bag and be like, thanks very much for spending $180. Is that how you fold your laundry? No. We're responsible for those people growing up or not growing up, as the case may be. So that's why we're the worst. That's why we're the worst. And the best.
So the enabling.
We're both.
I think, yeah, look, I can see, you know what? Yes. And I don't think, because my frame of reference doesn't involve child rearing, it involves anting, right? That
do
I
you not
sometimes
see it? Do you not see it with your nieces and nephews, though?
I do see it.
They're helpless. They can't fucking do anything.
Well,
Nothing.
I think we've got to get, there are definitely, I think we enable because we weren't, like.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like
and I felt
way overcorrected. And
I agree. I think I hadn't thought about it truly until that, but yeah, I think we generally we've overcorrected. I think, what we need now is we need the hard ass ants to be like, no, you are fine. I'm sorry that you skinned your knee. And I know that it's in it. Guess what? It's going to sting until it doesn't sting anymore.
Right. And in 5 minutes, you're going to forget about it because someone texted you and you're like, whatever. Right.
You're not broken. You're not like throwing up. You're fine. You're upright. Accelerated lane change. Move on.
Yeah. But I think, hopefully they figure it out and realize that they have been overcorrected and they kind of, meet somewhere in the middle for the next generation. Otherwise, we're just going to have a bunch of influencer in the world influence us to buy something, but we can't afford it because we can't fold a t-shirt, which makes us have a mental breakdown at work. So we can't have a job and we can't buy anything from the influencer that we want to be. Like, right? Like,
I would like to get rid of influencers altogether. It would
please
be
stop
lovely.
getting the Kardashian family money. Please stop. I don't get it.
You realize, you know very well that I did not know who those people were until like pretty recently because I don't do any reality TV of any kind at all, and I try to not be very like pop culture-y. And then when I discovered who these people were, I was like, what is happening? My eyes hurt. I need to go like, speaking of the Clorox, pour it into my eyeballs.
Burning,
Pour it right into
burning.
my eye. Scrub it,
It's
scrub it,
burning.
scrub it. Yeah,
I don't get it.
ugh.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But
things that we hate,
I'm old. So, I'm getting a little crotchety. And
Yeah.
I'm turning into my mother, which is bound to happen.
I don't think that that's true.
But yeah.
I'll let you know.
Sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, speaking of things that we hate, um, do you have what's a phrase? What's just like a phrase that's out now in the world that you want to bury deep in the ground that you're like, I can't ever fucking hear this ever again in my life. I can't stand it. I never want to hear this again.
I don't know if it's a phrase, but it's more of a
phrase, expression.
It's more of the way people speak now. And again, it's not going to be people in our generation necessarily, but it's the sing-songy way people talk now. And I don't know how to say that in a better way. It's almost like Valley Girl, but not Valley Girl. I don't know how to say it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, I do. And I think there's a little bit of West Coast. There's a little West Coast twinge on it where it almost sounds a little cluelessy. Like,
yeah,
that's what I kind of get from folks where they're like, so yeah, I think that really what we should do are these things. What do you think about that, Mandy? And it's like very pitchy.
It's very
right?
sing-songy and yes. And it's also like, it's fairly like, oh my God. Like,
Yes.
and I'm like, it just makes me want to punch somebody in the face. Like, where did you learn how to talk that way? Who taught you how to speak that way? Right. But when in the 80s, when the Valley Girl thing was a thing, the Midwesterners like kind of gave it a whirl, but the words tubular weren't like rolling off the tongue. You know what I mean? So we kind of gave it up real quick, right? Sure, we said some odd phrases, and every generation has that, and everyone has their own little like communication shtick. But the sing-songy nonsense, I cannot deal.
Yeah, it is rough. I know exactly what you're saying, and I did a terrible job of articulating that. But yes, I agree with you. I think there's like,
good job.
There's like, well, we're both middle-aged women that sound like men. So like when you
yeah, I get called sir at least twice a day. So on the phone. In fairness, I mean, I know I have short hair, but
no, you're all
in person. I'm they know, but yeah, at least twice a day on the phone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear that. I can't leave myself I can't leave a phone message again without getting like hives of like, they're gonna think that this is like a teenage boy and not like a full grown ass woman. Ugh. All right, let's move on. Okay. And I love this part. Let's move on to our questions.
Okay.
One for one. You want to do all three at once? What do you want to do?
Let's do one for one.
Fabulous. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. This is a critical thinking question. I'm going to give you two choices, and I would like you to please explain why.
Okay. Why I got two choices, or why I picked
why you were going to make the choice that you were going to make.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather ride a lion or pet a tiger? Please explain.
Well, I think that I would rather ride a lion. And I'm riding said lion while holding a gyro and eating fries fresh out the grease.
Obviously.
There's something to be said for being able to go to the zoo and, just getting right in there. Sometimes you need to ride a lion, sometimes you need to pet a tiger, and, I just don't know why they don't let me in and let me do that. But I want to, and that's why.
It's strange that our National Zoo program doesn't let you go in and saddle up a lion. But I enjoy that your choice was to ride a lion. Because I think the petting a tiger, that's too fleeting. That's too fleeting. If you're going to saddle up a lion, you at least have an opportunity to like take some steps with those big paws, right?
Right.
Which, I mean, you have to hold on. You've got your bag here. You probably got to hold on to his mane. And then you have your fresh out bag here.
Right. And my gyro that I just finished.
It's a
So,
gyro.
right. Yeah.
Right. That's great. Okay. I appreciate your answer. Thank you.
Do we want to expand on that at all, or we're just going to let it go by?
We can expand on it. We once had we had an employee who daily would go to the hot dog stand down the street from one of our shops, and she would ask for everything to be pulled fresh out of the grease, so it was like as hot as it could possibly be. Wonderful. There's nothing worse than a cold fry. I can appreciate this.
True.
But she also was like really weirdly obsessed with riding exotic animals. Like she truly wondered why, like if there was a petting zoo part to the zoo, right? Like there are, and most zoos have like, go and pet this lamb.
Right.
She
Why isn't
truly wondered why there wasn't like
lions and
like
tigers?
a petting, yeah, in like where you could go ride one. I mean, truly, like she was very nice. She worked kind of hard, I guess, maybe a little. But really was very obsessed with like riding lions and petting tigers. And this has been a joke that has stuck around for 24 years.
Right. And to bring it full circle, another shining example of why everyone needs to work a retail and a hospitality job for a full calendar year. Because you're never going to get an experience like that.
You will never meet another person like this who's like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, why can't I go ride a tiger? And you're like, wait, what? You want to ride a tiger? You got to, I mean, no.
You
No.
can't. We're sorry.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean, that tiger's going to tiger and you're going to be handless, but enjoy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just ask Roy from Siegfried and Roy. That's why.
Oh, that tiger went tiger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're up.
All right. I got a pretty deep one.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why?
I know that we do not agree on that. No, I do not believe that a hot dog is a sandwich. I know you think that it is.
Why
no,
is it not a sandwich?
Because I believe if you were gonna, because the hot dog bun is shaped similarly to a taco shell, and we do not call a taco a sandwich. Taco is its own thing. Stay with me. You have your flour tortilla. What?
Taco's not bread.
You got to be out of your mind.
Try again.
You are talking about a tortilla made primarily of flour. If you're getting a flour, okay. Stay with me. They're both gluten-based.
Not a corn tortilla. Try again.
You're a corn tortilla. No, I'm not going to call a hot dog a sandwich. I'm not going to call, I will, you know what I'm going to do though? Everyone, for the people that are watching, listening, I'm going to put a poll in the show notes. There's going to be a poll. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I want yes and no votes. There will be polls everywhere. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I am team no. It's not. It's just its own animal. Do you consider your beloved bratwurst when it's in a bun a sandwich?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't really care, but I kind of love the argument either way. Like we've
had this argument.
It's got meat in it and it's bread. So technically it's a sandwich.
But peanut butter and jelly is a sandwich as well. It doesn't
I don't call it a sandwich. Doesn't mean it isn't a sandwich.
Just because you put maple syrup on it doesn't make it pancakes.
True. Gross. I don't like pancakes. Yeah. You know what I hate? The McGriddle. Don't like that.
I know. I don't know. I'm sticking by no.
Yeah.
I'm sticking by no.
All right.
I am.
Poll.
All right. You guys travel around quite a bit. I would like to know the best beer city that you have been to, in your opinion.
Beer city?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of have two answers, but I am going to go with Cincinnati.
Okay.
I mean, I could say Milwaukee all day long. It's the birthplace of the Holy Grail. However, it's not really the birthplace. It's the birthplace in the Americas. Cincinnati, they got a great beer scene and a really good connection to German heritage and, the love of all things lager. I'm not drinking beer a ton right now, but I think they got a good scene. I think you could find a good scene anywhere. I've never been to, where is Left Hand? Where in Colorado is that? Do you remember?
Oh, Fort something?
Ken, where's Left Hand? Longmont? Okay. I think he's lying.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
It
he
doesn't matter.
he heard
Like,
and
I would like
answered
to
right
go
then.
there, but mostly
Okay.
because of Left Hand, not because I think it's a great beer city, right? But surprisingly, Cincinnati was a good beer city, just because of that whole downtown area where Rheingeist is and all of that. It was pretty impressive for how small of a city it is, even though it's not like a tiny city, but like comparatively speaking, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
All right. I mean, I 100% didn't think you were going there. I had about 3 other answers in my head of things that you could potentially
What did
said,
you
and
think?
none of them were Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What'd you think?
Yeah.
What'd you think I was going to
I
say?
thought maybe you'd go with like a little St. Louis, possibly. I
St. Louis
really
was
thought that
decent.
Milwaukee was going to be
I'm-
in there. I thought Madison would be in there.
In fairness, I've never been to Madison, but they do have a
Okay, well,
bratwurst
then
festival, which I would enjoy. But
you
I've
would
never
enjoy a
been.
bratwurst festival. You could eat all the sandwiches you want. Hopefully,
Yes.
it's not a festival of penises.
I
It's
mean,
actual bratwurst.
we can only hope, ladies. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
please report back.
Yeah.
All right. Another deep one from you.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, money is no object. You can buy one mode of transportation. What is it and why?
Okay. It's an Airstream.
Like a silver one?
Yeah.
Like old
I think
school?
it's I think yeah, because I feel like if you could take your house with you, then you've got really the freedom to go and do whatever. I love an Airstream. Although, you know what my initial thought was? I'll tell you. It's so dumb. My initial thought was a slingshot because I want to kind of look like Batman. Like I kind of want to look like Batman.
But, like, do you have multiple slingshots? Because once you like shoot yourself, you gotta go back and get it.
No, the slingshot, the automobile.
Oh, I thought you meant like a slingshot.
Oh my God. No, I
need
mean the
another
thing
beer.
that looks like it means the thing that looks like the
I get it.
Batmobile. 2 in front, 1 in
I'm
back. Like
following. I'm following along.
okay.
I'm really not.
They're
Yeah.
great. I love them. I don't know, like I guess plane would have been obvious, but that doesn't seem. No, you know what? I'm gonna stick with Airstream. I
Well,
love Airstreams. I think they're so cool. And if you can
like,
get a really cool one,
like
I'm going
people piss,
Airstream.
but people piss me off when they're like, I would like a Mustang. Really? I just told you money's no object, and that's what you fucking come up with? Go
It
away.
depends what year of the Mustang. Don't get me
Well, if
started.
it's a 67 fastback, we might be having a conversation. But if it's anything but,
That's the conversation.
Right.
Am I looking at Eleanor or am I not looking at Eleanor?
we don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
is Eleanor on the table? If that's an option, then fine. All right, I like it. Yeah, slingshot. Like, no, David and Goliath. I'm not thinking. God, you love the Bible.
God, I'm an asshole.
Oh God.
Yes,
what
I
a
love it.
jerk.
Yes, me and Jesus, just like this.
You're
Yes,
so close. So close. All right.
praising, giving.
This is a side note, friends. We have an entire dance routine that we could do. We're not going to do it today, but we could do some of it. Anyway, here's my last one for you.
Okay.
This one is, I think, a smidge deep. What is some counsel or advice that you would give to your younger self, and not necessarily teenager, any one of your younger selves?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I feel like at this stage in the game, we've all done some living.
Yeah, I would say to be more present would be a good kind of like global answer, like a big encompassing answer. And a good example of that would be kind of what I tell people that are younger than me now, like advice I give them for their wedding day is take 10 minutes and take a step back and be a participant in your own wedding. Stop glad hanging, saying thank you for coming. Stop doing the round robin. They'll make their way to you. You're the star. Take 10 minutes, take a step back, get yourself a glass of champs, have a bite of the steak that's been cold on your plate for 25 minutes, and just enjoy it and remember it. So just kind of like be present.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one. It's a good one. Good life advice from the old lady.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, I'm full of it.
I
Vote for
mean,
Mandy.
you're full of something.
I'm full of something. It's probably not life advice, but yes.
Well,
All right. One more for you.
yes,
All right.
ma'am.
You have the pick of anybody, pseudo or full on celebrity. Who do you punch in the face and why? And that
Oh my
cannot be
God.
political. Sorry.
That's how I don't consider these people celebrities.
Well, they do. So, but nothing political. Pseudo or regular celebrity, you can punch anybody in the face. Who is it and why? And no repercussions. Like no lawsuit.
I mean, I've got well, okay. I have a list. I'm gonna hit you with like 3.
Okay.
I would like Rob Snyder to be at the top. What a
You can do it.
No, I'm gonna like just like a groin kick and then a throat punch.
Well, he gets
that
like the
guy,
full on. Okay. All right.
oh my God, I'm trying to think of like other. Yeah, he came to mind really quickly, which is strange. Oh, Russell Brand's kind of a dick. Punch him in the face.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
And not a looker, you know?
No,
Yeah, not easy
but
on the eyes.
neither is Rob Snyder. Apparently, I'm not
Yeah,
punching handsome people.
Yeah.
I
mean, to somebody he is, but not to me. Yeah.
You know, this is the problem with like not knowing enough when it comes to like pop culture stuff.
Well,
Those
that's why I
two
gave
for
you
sure.
pseudo. It's a broad spectrum.
Oh, I mean, there's a number of like, I guess, internet-y people that I would probably punch, but I don't want to cross your line. Can I put Rogan in there? And can I just like, okay, then he just shot up above Snyder. So now I got 3 unattractive men that I'm just going to gut punch and kick in the nads.
I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I guess come after me if you're going to, people, but that's who's getting it.
Oddly, the top of my list is Jan from the Toyota commercials, but I
mean, that's the pseudo for sure, right?
Yeah.
That's the pseudo for sure.
I just want to punch her in the face. A lot.
There's a lot of people that are punch worthy. I mean, we know this to be true. All right, lovely. This has been incredible. I can't thank you enough for taking time to come on because again, you are quite literally always working and always on call, and it's a delight. And don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere after we're done. But it's a delight to have you and to chat with you and to see your face and all these things. Because of the 2 of us, I am definitely the one that has emotions. You have 2, maybe like total, right? Like, period.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I have 90. I have the other 98. So like, this is why this I have all the emotions. I'm the one that sits there and cries, and you're the one that's like, stop it,
snap out of it. Yeah,
quite literally, right?
Yeah,
quite literally. Friends, if you enjoyed the show, please give us a follow over on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Podcasts, Amazon Music. We're even on Audible, which I think is really weird because I always think about that for books, but they've got podcasts and we're there. I know. It makes me feel smart to be on Audible, which doesn't really mean anything.
Listen to me, download a book. You decide. Yeah.
It's just download a book. It's probably going to make you smarter. The other thing you can do is you can pop over to the Everyday with Kay T Public shop, which I am trying to get up and running. There's some sassy t-shirt designs, and they will intentionally get sassier the more I work on it. So that is over at T Public. You can just search for Everyday with Kay, and that'll pop right up. Thank you so much for hanging out and for watching. Did you have any additional things? You've got to.
Maybe you could just, sass a t-shirt up with, I want to ride a lion, I mean, I don't know who wouldn't buy that.
I mean, I've already seen it's like a very, like very demure, like a sketchy lion with like ride and then just the lion.
And maybe there's just like
to ride and then the lion.
A fall leaf like falling in the background.
Well, just make it like picturesque. I don't know that lions. I mean, is there a lot of fall leaves in the savannah? I don't believe so.
It's the zoo. It's
got it. Oh, that's right, because it's like a petting zoo for adults that are going to harness up a.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. It's been a delight. It has been a delight. You have a song that we are going to jam out to that you are going to play. So friends, be cool, be kind, stay curious, and again, make sure to listen, subscribe, share, all those things. If your friends want to see pictures of your dog, they want to know what you're watching and listening to. Isn't that right there, Mitz?
That's right. Thanks so much.
Are you ready?
Tell me.
We told you it was all inside jokes.
Wonderful.